Darling, if you still care, don't ignore this video. I don't even know how to start this without my voice shaking. Not because I'm scared of what I'm saying, but because I don't know if you'll actually listen. Really listen. But if you've even clicked on this, if your heart still flinched when you saw my name or heard my voice, then maybe, just maybe, there's still a small part of you that cares. And if you still care, even a little, please, don't ignore this. I'm not here to blame you, not here to drag the past or reopen wounds we were both trying so hard to close. I just need to say something. One last thing, the truth I've been holding in since everything between us started falling apart. But more than that, I miss us, not the photos, not the memories, not the late night calls, or all the things we posted online. I miss the real us. The ones who sat through silence, just to stay near each other. The ones who didn't need big plans to feel full, just being close was enough. But lately it's been nothing but silence. And I know some of that is on me. I went quiet too. I gave space when I didn't want to. I waited, hoping maybe you'd reach out. But you didn't. And I told myself maybe that was your way of moving on. But if there's even 1 ounce of you that still wonders, that still thinks about what we had, then please, just hear me out. Because this silence between us, it's not peace. It's not healing. It's distance wearing a mask. Pretending to protect us when really, it's killing us slowly. And maybe you're watching this thinking, but we've already tried. We already talked. But love isn't something that always works on the first try. It takes breaking sometimes to see what's worth fixing. It takes space to figure out what truly matters. And right now, I know what matters. You do. You always did. I'm not here promising I've become perfect. I'm not saying I've figured out every flaw, solved every problem, changed overnight. But I have grown. I've sat with my mistakes. I've looked at the mirror and didn't like who I saw when I let my pride lead the way. I should have fought harder. I should have been softer. I should have told you what you meant to me more often before you had to question it. And I get it. Maybe it's too late. Maybe you've already made peace with the silence. Maybe your heart is already healing without me. But if there's any part of you that still feels something when you hear my voice, even if it's just a small ache in your chest, then I'm asking you, don't ignore this. Because this isn't a goodbye video. This isn't some dramatic last message. This is me finally saying what I should have said when we still had time. You mattered. You still do. And if you still care, I'm here waiting, willing to talk, willing to rebuild from the ground if that's what it takes, willing to show up differently this time, not just say it. So darling, if your heart still remembers mine, if even a piece of you still wants to try, don't scroll past this. Don't pretend you didn't see it. Don't let pride or fear or doubt be louder than what we once had. Please don't ignore this. I didn't make this to be dramatic. I didn't make it to guilt you or to pull you back into something that hurts. I made this because silence is starting to feel like a wall between two people who once promised to never leave each other in the dark. And I'm tired of pretending I don't feel anything. Because I do. I feel everything. Even now. Even when your name doesn't show up on my screen anymore. Even when your voice has become something I only hear in memories. Even when I tell everyone, I'm fine, like those 2 words can cover the hole you left behind. I'm not fine. Not really. I'm functioning. I'm waking up. I'm doing the things I need to do. But none of it feels full. Because something's missing. And I think you know exactly what it is. You're missing. And I know what people will say. Move on. Let go. Some things just aren't meant to be. But those people didn't see how you looked at me when no one else was watching. They didn't hear the way your voice softened when you said my name. They didn't see how we used to laugh at the same stupid things, or how you used to reach for my hand when you thought I was overthinking again. They didn't see the parts of us that worked, the quiet love, the real connection, the safety we built when everything else felt loud. So no, I'm not letting strangers tell me what to forget. I'm not rushing to bury something that still beats in me, even now. You might be watching this with arms crossed, trying not to feel anything, trying to be strong, trying to tell yourself, this isn't worth going back to. And maybe you're right. Maybe I messed up too much. Maybe you needed more from me, and I didn't know how to give it at the time. Maybe I let pride sit in the middle of too many of our conversations. But if I'm being honest, and this time I want to be, I never stopped caring. Not even for a second. I replay our last real conversation almost every night. Not because I enjoy the pain, but because I keep thinking, if I had just said this instead, if I had just paused and listened longer, would you still be here? Maybe it wouldn't have changed anything. Maybe we were already breaking, and neither of us wanted to admit it. But I wish I had tried harder. I wish I had looked you in the eyes and said what I'm saying now. I still care. I still see you. I still believe in what we were. And maybe what we were isn't enough anymore. Maybe we both need to become something stronger before trying again. But I'm not afraid of the work. I'm not afraid of starting over. I'm afraid of never saying this and losing the one thing that ever felt real. So if you've watched this far, if you haven't clicked away, if your heart is even a little bit heavy right now, I'm asking you, don't ignore this. Don't pretend you don't feel something. Don't let silence finish a story we haven't fully told yet, because I'm still here. Still hoping, still willing, still choosing you, even now. I don't know what your days look like now. I don't know what time you wake up, who you talk to first, what thoughts you keep to yourself. I don't know if you still think about me at random times, or if I've slowly faded into the background of your new normal. But I think about you, not all day, not in a way that stops me from living, but in the quiet spaces, like when I hear a song we used to play in the car, like when I pass by that place we used to sit just to talk about nothing, like when something funny happens, and my first thought is still, you'd laugh at this. It's in those little moments that the silence becomes the loudest, and I try to move on. I try to do what people say, go out more, smile more, distract myself. But no matter how much I do, nothing hits the same. Because I wasn't just missing a person. I was missing my person. And maybe that sounds selfish. Maybe I don't deserve to say that. After all the things I failed to do right. But love doesn't disappear just because you've made mistakes. It just sits quietly, waiting to be seen again. That's what this video is. Not a grand gesture. Not a cry for attention. Just me hoping you're still listening, still feeling, still somewhere behind the hurt, behind the pride, behind the quiet goodbye we never really wanted to say. I know I didn't always show up the right way. There were days when I got distant and didn't explain why. There were moments you were reaching for me and I didn't notice fast enough. And I hate that. I hate that I let you feel alone, even while I was right there. I've spent time asking myself the real questions. What part of me was scared to open up fully? Why did I hold back the things I should have told you? Why did I wait until things got bad to realize how deeply I needed you? And I've realized something. I never stopped loving you. I just got too used to thinking you'd always be there. And that's the mistake I carry now. Because love, even the strongest kind, still needs effort. It needs attention. It needs reminders that say you matter, I see you, I still choose you. I didn't say those words enough, and I'm sorry. So now I'm here saying what I should have said a long time ago, with nothing to hide behind. I care. I still care. And if there's even the smallest part of you that still does too, please don't ignore this. Maybe we're not ready to go back to how things were. Maybe we're not supposed to. But maybe, just maybe, we can start something new. Something stronger. Something honest. Something where we both say what we really feel, instead of pretending we're okay apart, when deep down we're not. So, this is me reaching out one more time, not begging, just hoping. Hoping you hear this, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Because if you still care, even a little bit, then maybe this silence isn't the end. Maybe it's just a pause. And maybe this is where we start again. I've thought about what I'd say if I ever saw you again. Not in some perfect setting. Not all dressed up, not surrounded by friends, just you and me, face to face. No distractions, no audience, just the truth. Finally able to breathe. And honestly, I don't think I'd start with I miss you. I think I'd start with, are you okay? Because even after all this time, your heart is still something I care about deeply. Even after the silence. Even after the distance. Even after everything we didn't say. I'd want to know if you're sleeping well. If you're eating enough. If you're laughing sometimes. If you still look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back. Because I know how hard it is to lose someone and keep functioning like nothing happened. That's the thing. No one warns you about. When people leave, it's not just the person that's missing. It's their voice in your life. It's their way of calming you down. Their presence in your worst moments. And when that's gone, you don't just lose them. You lose a version of yourself that only existed around them. That's what I lost. You didn't just hold my hand. You held my softness. The part of me that wasn't afraid to feel, the part of me that opened up without fear of being misunderstood. And I don't know if you feel the same. Maybe you're doing just fine. Maybe you've moved on in a way I haven't yet. Or maybe you're hurting too, but you're just better at hiding it. I've heard people say, if someone really cared, they wouldn't have let you go. But I don't believe that. Because sometimes people walk away, not because they don't care, but because they don't know how to stay without breaking everything else around them. And maybe that's what happened to us. Maybe we didn't stop caring. Maybe we just ran out of words. Ran out of patience. Ran out of ways to fix something we both wanted to save but didn't know how. But here's what I've learned in the quiet since. Love doesn't always disappear. Sometimes it just waits. In the background, in the silence, in the places we avoid, because they still feel like home. And maybe we both needed time. Time to grow. Time to unlearn things. Time to understand that love alone isn't enough. It needs effort. It needs truth. It needs two people meeting in the middle, even when it's hard. So I'm not asking for everything back. Not right away. Not blindly. I'm asking for a conversation. One where we don't pretend. One where we don't perform. One where we say the things that hurt. Not to blame each other, but to understand. Because maybe if we're honest enough, we'll find that what we had wasn't broken beyond repair. Maybe it was just paused, waiting for this. For you, for me, for now. So if you still care, if even a piece of your heart still wonders about mine, please don't walk away from this. Don't ignore the love that still lives quietly between us. Don't silence what might still have a voice, because this isn't just a video, it's a door. and I'm standing on the other side, hoping you still have the key.